Hello?
Yo, how you doing? It's Truth Teller from We Are the Truth Tellers.
Well, what's up with you?
Man, I'm cool, and I appreciate you giving me a chance to chop it up with you now.
Yeah, that's the best.
For all the people who don't know what's going on, you know, some people be sleeping under a rock or something. You'll let us know exactly what your name and what city you represent?
Yeah, Treacherous Da Canon from North Philly.
You know, I be hearing a lot about that area, too. I want to know, how is it on the upcoming? Because you want to know what? I hear a lot of artists telling me that the upcoming artists, they journey be hard as hell. Have you went through any of that?
Yeah, I mean, my journey's been hard all the way from when I lived on the West Coast, chilling with Warren G and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, in Philly, you know, I network with everybody, you know what I mean? In North Philly. But, you know, the journey gonna be hard, but if you put your, right now, see, people gotta put their money up. You gotta do what you need to do if you want to make it in this game.
So investing in yourself, that's a big thing?
That's the big thing, you know. People want handouts. You can't get no handouts nowadays. If you gotta hustle to get the joy that you want, you know, you want to make it in this rap game, you gotta chase them studio times, you gotta get them styles up, you gotta do whatever you gotta do, you know, to get a name out there, and that's fine, you know, that's fun.
That's true. You know, I hear a lot of shit. You want to know why? I hear a lot of stories about the rap industry being fake. People that you meet not really your friends. It's all about money. Don't nobody really care about the talent. Is that true?
It could be. It could definitely be that. You know what I mean? But I don't really be worried about, you know what I mean, none of that. I just do me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I come across that fake, when you come from the hood and you come from straight like where I'm from and the gutter and the swamps, you go up the group homes and stuff like that, you know the shape. You know who to watch out for. You know who, you know what I mean, who grinding, you know what I'm saying? So getting signed or, you know, fucking with different labels and stuff like that, you know, I weigh my options, you know what I'm saying? I'm grinding and I'm hungry, you know, I'm grinding and I'm hungry for this thing, but, you know, it ain't to a point for, you know, selling myself for just anybody. You know what I mean?
You know, I don't see a lot of you. Well, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, you had female artists doing their thing, but only a few broke through. It kind of seemed like now it's being accepted, and a lot of female artists is being able to break through the media circuit. But is it hard being a female artist?
It is. It is definitely hard being a female artist, but and I feel like, you know, I feel like I intimidate a lot of dudes.
Okay.
You know, that's rapping, you know, when they hear me and stuff like that, I'm not saying I'm the best female rapper.
Right.
You know, because I definitely got a lot of respect for the veterans. MC Black, Queen Latifah, you know, even down to New Orleans rappers and stuff like that. I got a lot of respect for them. Even the up-and-coming rappers, even the people, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say Nicki ain't doing a thing, she's doing a thing, but I'm more of a lineage fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a person, you know, that's from the hood, that's still grinding, that's still with the muscle. So, you know what I mean? We're about to take the game. We're about to take the game over. I hope it's just equals out with the men female rappers as it is with the men rappers, because we got it. You know, we got it.
Right. You know, I want to ask you, too, from a female standpoint. I'm always asking the guys when I interview them. I actually had a chance to ask Chicago rapper 600 Breezy this, and I want to ask you, is it something going on in the hoods? Because I'm always seeing videos and news of a lot of young people shooting each other. Why everybody so aggressive with each other nowadays?
Man, it got to be something in the water, but it's definitely something with the time frame right now. Like, this what's going on, and a lot of the stuff in the inner cities, like, they cutting a lot of stuff out. Like in Philly, you know what I mean? The schools is going down. They trying to jam everybody, just like jails. Just stick them all in the jail. They're trying to jam everybody in one school. You know what I mean? Shutting down like 70% of the public school systems in Philly. So you can't do that, and then some people don't let you. Some people it's just like gangish. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of stupid, but it's still for the school district or the school system to want to shut down in the neighborhood school and just, you know, make people branch off to a whole different side. Like for elementary or middle school, it shouldn't be like that. High school, you get to pick where you're going. You feel what I'm saying? But they're shutting so many schools down. I don't know if it's the Trump man, but it's something in the water. It's something going on, and you know, and the youth got to do better. You know, they got to do better.
Right.
It's going to be a jet. You know, there's going to be a lot of them fighting themselves out.
Right. That's true.
I ain't with all that, but I ain't with all that.
You know what? A lot of people tell me that it's a lack of money and it's the poverty. So I want to know if let's say for instance the government gave everybody $10,000, $15,000, do the violence stop, or it's a way bigger problem than money?
It depends. That's a good question. It depends. If you give it to the ratchet moms out here, man, that really ain't going to do anything to make sure their kids are straight. A lot of these kids feel like they have no help or no help, and they just want to just do dumb shit for the hell of it. But if your mom is involved, if your dad is involved, and you out here and you got that support, you know, if you got somebody that's going to motivate you to do better, then you're going to do better. You know what I mean? It's about love. It's about having a little bit of respect both ways, and then these kids out here will do better. Excuse me, moms, if you're young, you're not going to get it. They're not going to give it to you. So they're going to give it to the mom or the dad.
Right.
It's about what are they doing? And we turn on the news every day, we hear like parents, you know, doing in their own kids.
That's true.
For that, you know?
That's true. You know what? I hear a lot of people telling me they not fucking with rap deals. That's one of the things I hear from all the artists I talk to. They all tell me that they gonna do it on their own. They not fucking with no major labels. You got that same kind of mentality?
No, I don't. I tell you like this, it's a label, you know what I mean? Like if it's a label that I like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I like Def Jam. I you know, Eddie, he got his shit together, you know, if he, you know, not going to do me like the hot or some shit like that.
Right.
You know, Aftermath, you know, I definitely fuck with them.
Right.
You know, because they got a platform, and then I'm a come in the game. I've been around so many different artists, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning from them, just, you know, speaking with them and stuff like that, you know, and knowing, you know, pinpointing my deal, you know.
Right.
Not knowing to come in and give me 10 cents. You're not going to give me 10 cents. I write all my shit. You feel what I'm saying? I also make beats. I'm just me doing my thing. So, you know, I sing. So I don't need to get, unless I need a bag, unless I need a nice singer, like, you know, on the track, Beyonce or something like that. Then her vocals are probably stronger than mine, but, you know, so they'll bring them in. You know, but, you know, I think I got an all-around package. You feel what I'm saying? Singing, rapping, making beats, doing what I do. But, you know, rapping is where my heart at. I feel like I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying?
And you say you from that Philly area, right?
I'm from North Philly, Strawberry Mansion, Texas.
Right, you know, and I got a connection with Philly. I actually got a few people I interviewed and I talked to out there by a guy named Mel Love, I Run Philly, Gilly the Kid, and and I believe Velocity. And you know, I asked all these people these questions, and I want to ask you too, since you from that area too. Is it unified for the rappers out there in Philly, or is it every man for themselves?
Yeah, you said the last one.
Yeah.
It's not unified, you know, because everybody, you know, Philly, you know, you know what I mean, really, it's like everybody want to be on their own thing instead of being mutual and bringing people in with them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can say it on this interview right now. I got quite a few Philly artists that I will bring with me. You know what I mean? And just because we you know, we all talk about it, you know, like, damn, about making before you, this is what I'm going to do. When they cut that check, I'm bringing you in under my label. Whatever you feel like doing after that is on, you know?
Right.
You know, I don't think it's going to fire right now. So much more.
That's crazy. So what you got coming out? Any new projects, anything that people can go check out?
I'm working on a mixtape right now called I Got It. You know, working on a mixtape. You know, I got some features from some Philly artists like Fully Trained. You know, got, you know, a couple features. I got Twin on it. You know, she a rapper from West Philly. I got her on it. Microwave Frank from North. You know, with Modern Day Generation, and you know, they out in Jersey. You know, he's with a lot of, you know, people from YG and, you know, you know, Teddy Watt and stuff like that. So, you know, definitely, you know, networking. You know.
Yeah. So shit, if a label was talking about a deal, is it a certain price that they need to bring up? $1 million, $500,000?
Shit. Yeah, they would have to have a $500,000 or $1 million.
Right.
$1 million or $500,000, just because I'm gonna come with the heat. You know, I'm not your average female rapper. You know, a lot of the female rappers, you know, I don't know what they want to do. I don't know if, you know, they want to keep the cycle going with the little Karens and stuff like that. But I think, you know, you got to be, you know, unique, and you got to be, you know, coming in with your own style, doing your own thing.
That's real.
Lady Luck, I fuck with her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I fuck with her. You know, I wish she'd come back out with some new shit, because she's the truth.
Yeah, she won that battle too a long time ago, man. They gave it to they gave it to Rim, but I think she kind of replayed the same verse again. But it was hot though. It was a good look for Philly. You ask me.
Right.
So I want to know, the people want to get up with you. Somebody want to sign you to a label. They fucking with your movement. Somebody want to just get a feature from you. Where can they find you at on all your social media sites?
On Facebook, you can hit me up at Treacherous Da Canon, TreacherOus, Canon, Canon.
Okay.
You know, Instagram, Treacherous_DA Canon. And Twitter, same thing, at Canon PA. Matter of fact, at Canon PA.
What about YouTube and SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, YouTube, YouTube be Treacherous Canon.
Okay.
TreacherOus, CNON. And SoundCloud is Treacherous Da Canon. So, you know.
And you down to do features with artists if they reach out to you?
Yeah, if they reach out to me, I definitely do some features. You know what I mean? I ain't petty, you know.
The feature price ain't too high, is it?
It ain't too high. They just gotta be right. You know, if you right, and you ain't mediocre, and you about your business, and we can get in and get out. Because I go to the studio and I like to, you know, get straight to the business.
Right.
You know, make something classic. You know, make it.
So I want to ask you one thing before I get you up out of here, though, Miss Treacherous. You got an upcoming artist in the game. They just got in the shit today. They just made the decision that they want to be a rapper today. They don't know the first moves to make. They don't know if it's buying the beat, getting the feature, or whatever the hell to do. You give them some advice?
Yeah, just you know, follow. If you trying to, you coming in the game, you want to do your thing. Follow your heart. You know, definitely don't let nobody deter you. You know, just keep grinding, keep pushing, and you know, you just fresh in the game, and you want to do your thing, and big things are pop, you know, for you in the long run.
All right. Any advice for what they shouldn't do?
What you shouldn't do is not let anybody deter you. Don't let anybody get in your head. Pop. You know,
right.
Your friend down the street, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you around. You know, a lot of haters is out there. A lot of people trying to dissuade you so you can't follow your goal and achieve what you want to achieve. Right now, there's too much money to make in this music game, and definitely, you know, I would tell them to not listen to the BS.